The Richest Man in Babylon. Timeless secrets to wealth, success, and financial freedom. Welcome to this life-changing review of one of the greatest financial classics ever written, The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason. Today, we are not just opening a book. We are stepping back over 4,000 years into the heart of ancient Babylon, a city of mighty walls, overflowing markets, and unimaginable wealth. A city where some lived in poverty, others in riches, but only a few discovered the timeless secrets of prosperity. And here's the truth. These were not hidden miracles, but practical principles, shared through unforgettable parables that have stood the test of time. What worked for the Babylonians thousands of years ago still works today, if you are ready to learn and apply them. So before we begin, grab a notepad and pen, because you'll want to write down the powerful principles you're about to hear. These are action steps you can start applying immediately to master your money, escape debt, build wealth, and create lasting financial security for yourself and your family. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button right now, so you never miss out on powerful content like this. Let YouTube remind you whenever new life-changing lessons are posted that can transform your finances and your future. Now, let's dive into the timeless wisdom of the richest man in Babylon. Chapter 1. The Man Who Desired Gold. In this opening chapter, George S. Clason introduces us to two friends in ancient Babylon, Bansir, the chariot builder, and Kobi, the musician. These men are hard-working, skilled in their crafts, and respected in their community. Yet, despite years of labor, they remain financially poor. Bansir sits discouraged, gazing at his unfinished chariot and his nearly empty meal bag at home. His friend Kobi visits, hoping to borrow a little money, only to discover that Bansir is as broke as he is. Both men are puzzled. How is it possible that in the richest city in the world, surrounded by wealth and prosperity, they live in poverty? They realize something profound. Hard work alone does not guarantee wealth. While they had worked diligently for years, they never learned the principles of money. They labored with their hands, but not with financial wisdom. This realization ignites a new hunger in them, not just a desire for food, but the desire for financial knowledge. They decide to seek counsel from Arked, their old friend and the richest man in Babylon, to learn how they too can prosper. The core lesson of Chapter 1. The central lesson here is desire is the starting point of wealth, but knowledge is a key to obtaining it. Bansir and Kobi represent many of us today. We work hard, we put in long hours, yet at the end of the month, our pockets are empty. Why? Because effort without financial understanding leads to frustration. The chapter teaches us that 1. Hard work alone is not enough. You must combine it with financial wisdom. 2. Wealth begins with desire, the inner decision to no longer settle for poverty or financial struggle. 3. The first step is seeking knowledge. Those who want wealth must humble themselves and learn from those who have mastered it. Application to real life today. 1. Shift from working hard to working smart. In today's world, you may have a stable job, you may be talented in your craft, but without managing your finances wisely, you will always struggle like Bansir and Kobi. A working smart means learning how to save, invest, and make your money work for you. Don't just rely on salary or wages. Seek out financial education that multiplies your effort. 2. Cultivate a burning desire for financial freedom. Desire is a fuel that drives change. Bansir's frustration with an empty purse was a turning point in his life. Until you get tired of financial struggle and make a firm decision to change, nothing will change. Ask yourself, am I truly content with my financial state? If not, let that dissatisfaction push you to learn and grow. 3. Seek mentorship and guidance. Instead of guessing your way through money, find mentors, books, and resources that can guide you. Bansir and Kobi turned to Arked, a man who had proven his financial wisdom. In the same way, you should listen to financial experts, read books like this one, and surround yourself with people who understand money. For Recognize that opportunity is around you. The story emphasizes that Babylon was overflowing with wealth. Yet, these two men lived in lack. The problem wasn't scarcity, it was ignorance. Today, wealth opportunities exist everywhere. Businesses, investments, skills, and digital platforms. But only those who seek and prepare can access them. Motivational takeaway. Banser and Cobby's realization mirrors the moment of awakening that many of us need. Poverty is not just about a lack of money. It is often a lack of knowledge and vision. The truth is, you don't have to remain stuck where you are. Wealth begins with a decision. The moment you decide, I will no longer settle for empty pockets. I will learn and apply the rules of money. Your life begins to change. As the book shows us later, Arkid was not smarter, luckier, or more favored than his friends. The difference was simply that he desired wealth enough to learn the principles of acquiring it and applied them consistently. How to apply Chapter 1 today. 1. Make a firm decision today to improve your financial life. Desire wealth strongly enough to change your habits. 2. Educate yourself about money. Read books, watch educational videos, attend seminars, seek wisdom intentionally. 3. Stop relying only on your hard work. Look for ways to grow your income, reduce waste, and invest in opportunities. 4. Find financial mentors. Learn from those who have succeeded and follow their principles. Inspiring closing thought. Chapter 1 of The Richest Man in Babylon is a wake-up call. It reminds us that being surrounded by wealth does not automatically make you wealthy. Desire alone is not enough. You must combine desire with knowledge and action. So today, ask yourself, am I like Banser and Cobby, working hard but still broke? Or am I willing to learn like Arkid, who became the richest man in Babylon? The choice is yours. Your financial future begins the moment you decide to no longer remain in ignorance but to seek wisdom and apply it. Chapter 2. The Richest Man in Babylon. In this chapter, we are introduced to Arkid, the man who rose from humble beginnings to become the richest man in Babylon. His story is one of determination, discipline, and the wise application of financial principles that anyone can follow. One day, Arkid's childhood friends, men who studied and played with him in their youth, approached him with a burning question. Why is it that you, Arkid, have become the wealthiest man in all Babylon, while we remain struggling, though we had the same opportunities, learned the same lessons, and worked just as hard? They believed Arkid's success was due to luck or some secret advantage. But Arkid, with humility and wisdom, told them the truth. His wealth was not the result of luck, but of learning and applying simple, universal principles of money. The story of Arkid's wealth. Arkid explained that in his youth, he was also poor. He desired wealth greatly but didn't know how to acquire it. Then came a turning point, an encounter with Algamish, the money lender. Arkid made a bargain with Algamish. If he finished copying a clay tablet overnight, Algamish would reveal the secret of wealth. Arkid completed the task, and Algamish shared this life-changing principle. A part of all you earn is yours to keep. This single truth changed Arkid's destiny. Algamish explained, most people spend everything they earn, paying everyone else, merchants, landlords, craftsmen, but nothing to themselves. To build wealth, a person must pay themselves first by keeping at least 1/10 of all they earn. Arkid applied this principle. At first, he made mistakes, entrusting his savings to the wrong people, investing in things he didn't understand. But with persistence, he learned to save consistently, invest wisely, and make his money multiply. Over time, he not only built wealth but also gained the wisdom to teach others. The core lessons of Chapter 2. 1. Wealth is built on discipline, not luck. Arkid makes it clear, it wasn't luck that made him rich, but a conscious choice to learn and apply financial laws. Many people blame their poverty on fate, but fate is not the problem. Ignorance and lack of discipline are. Arkid's wealth came from habits, not miracles. 2. A part of all you earn is yours to keep. This is the cornerstone of the book. Saving at least 10% of your income, no matter how small, ensures you always have money that belongs to you. Or without savings, your hard work enriches everyone else but leaves you empty. Or with savings, you plant the seed of wealth that grows into financial independence. 3. Seek knowledge from the experienced. Arkad's first mistakes came from trusting the wrong people with his money, like giving his savings to a brickmaker to buy jewels. The lesson? Seek advice only from those experienced in the area you're investing in. Don't ask a friend who knows nothing about finance where to invest. Learn from proven mentors and experts. 4. Wealth is built by persistence, not perfection. Arkad didn't get it right immediately. He failed, lost money, and made poor choices. But he didn't quit. He learned, adjusted, and continued. Failure is part of the wealth journey. Persistence and correction of mistakes lead to mastery. Application to real life today. 1. Start paying yourself first. No matter your income level, set aside at least 10% of every earning. Don't wait until you earn more. Start with what you have now. Example, if you earn $500, save $50. If you earn $1,000, save $100. Build the habit before your income grows. 2. Invest wisely and avoid ignorant risks. Don't fall for get-rich-quick schemes. Learn how investments work before putting in money. Seek advice from professionals in the field, not untested sources. 3. Embrace long-term thinking. Arkad didn't become rich overnight. He became rich because he applied simple principles consistently over time. Think in decades, not days. Wealth grows like a tree, slowly at first, but powerfully with time. 4. Cultivate financial discipline. Control spending. Don't allow desires to consume all your income. Differentiate between wants and needs. Discipline today creates freedom tomorrow. Motivational takeaway. Arkad's life teaches us that wealth is not reserved for a chosen few. He was not born into riches. He was not exceptionally gifted. What set him apart was his willingness to learn, his decision to save, his courage to invest, and his discipline to persist. The same principles that worked in ancient Babylon still work today because the laws of money are timeless. As Arkad said, a part of all you earn is yours to keep. This is the foundation stone of financial independence. How to apply Chapter 2 today. 1. Decide today to become the Arkad of your family. Don't settle for just working hard. Build wealth principles into your life. 2. Start saving at least 10% of your income. Even if it feels small, it's a seed that grows into wealth. 3. Seek knowledge. Read books, study financial education, and learn from experts before investing. 4. Stay persistent. Expect mistakes, but never stop applying the principles. Inspiring closing thought. Chapter 2 of The Richest Man in Babylon makes one thing clear. Wealth is a choice, not a chance. Arkad became the richest man not because fate smiled on him, but because he acted on wisdom others ignored. If you want to break free from financial struggle, start today. Save, learn, invest, grow. And just like Arkad, one day you'll look back and realize you become not just rich in money, but rich in wisdom, discipline, and freedom. Chapter 3. The 7 Cures for a Lean Purse. After Babylon experienced economic decline, King Sargon sought a solution. He noticed that while the city was wealthy, most of its citizens were poor. Only a few people had learned the secrets of wealth. To restore prosperity, he called upon Arkad, the richest man in Babylon, to teach the people the laws of money. In the great temple of learning, Arkad gathered 100 men and delivered to them 7 timeless lessons, the 7 cures for a lean purse. These 7 principles form the foundation of financial success, not just in Babylon, but for all generations. Let's break them down in detail. The first cure: start thy purse a fattening. For every 10 coins are put into thy purse, Spend but 9. Let thy purse grow fat. Explanation. Arked taught that the very first step to wealth is saving at least 10% of everything you earn. Most people pay everyone else first, rent, bills, merchants, and end up with nothing left for themselves. But the secret is to pay yourself first. Application today. No matter how little you earn, save at least 10% before you spend anything. Don't wait until you're rich. Wealth begins with the discipline of saving. Motivation. Think of savings as planting a seed. The seed looks small at first, but with time, it grows into a tree that provides shade, fruit, and shelter. The second cure, control thy expenditures. What each of us calls our necessary expenses will always grow to equal our income unless we protest the contrary. Explanation. People often complain, I don't earn enough to save. But the truth is, unchecked desires will always exceed income. Arked warns against confusing wants with needs. Application today. Create a budget and separate needs from wants. Resist lifestyle inflation. Don't spend more just because you earn more. Buy what truly adds value, not just what satisfies temporary cravings. Motivation. Every coin saved is a soldier fighting for your financial freedom. Every coin wasted is an opportunity lost forever. Free. The third cure, make thy gold multiply. A man's wealth is not in the coins he carries in his purse. It is the income he builds. Explanation. Saving is good, but saving alone will not make you wealthy. Your money must work for you. Arked calls this making your gold multiply. Application today. Invest your savings in ventures that generate consistent returns. Or look for opportunities like businesses, stocks, or real estate that grow over time. Understand the power of compound interest, money that earns money for you. Motivation. Think of each coin as a worker. Put them to work, and they will give birth to more coins, and their children will keep multiplying. 4. The fourth cure, guard thy treasures from loss. Misfortune loves a shining mark. Explanation. Many lose their wealth chasing unrealistic returns or trusting the wrong people. Arked emphasizes safety first. Protect your principal before seeking profits. Application today. Avoid get-rich-quick schemes. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Take advice only from those experienced in the field you're investing in. Aim for steady, secure returns over risky speculation. Motivation. Better to earn slowly and safely than to lose everything in haste. 5. The fifth cure, make of thy dwelling a profitable investment. Own thy home and let it be a source of pride and security. Explanation. Arked believed every man should own his home, not just for shelter, but as a foundation for family stability and pride. Application today. Work towards owning your home instead of paying endless rent. Treat your dwelling as a long-term asset, not a liability. If possible, make your property income generating, e.g., rent out part of it. Motivation. A man who owns his roof sleeps with greater confidence, knowing his family is secure. 6. The sixth cure, ensure a future income. Provide for thyself when age comes, and provide for thy family when thou art no more. Explanation. Wealth is not just about today. Arked taught the importance of preparing for old age and unforeseen circumstances. Application today. Save for retirement early. Consider life insurance and long-term investments. Build assets that will continue to provide income even when you're not working. Motivation. Think of wealth not just as your present comfort, but as a gift to your future self and family. 7. The seventh cure, increase thy ability to earn. The more wisdom we know, the more we may earn. The man who seeks to learn more of his craft shall be richly rewarded. Explanation. The final cure is about personal growth. Wealth is tied not only to what you save and invest, but also to your ability to increase your earning power. Application today. Invest in your skills and education. Stay updated with new trends and opportunities in your field. The more valuable you are in the marketplace, the more income you attract. Motivation. Your greatest asset is not gold, but your mind. As long as you keep learning, your earning will keep growing. Motivational takeaway. The 7 cures are not ancient fairy tales. They are timeless laws. Anyone who follows them will prosper, whether in Babylon thousands of years ago or in today's world of technology and global markets. They teach us that wealth is not built by luck, nor by chance, but by discipline, patience, and wisdom. How to apply Chapter 3 today. 1. Save at least 10% of all income. 2. Create and stick to a budget. 3. Invest your savings to generate income. 4. Avoid reckless investments. Prioritize safety. 5. Work towards owning your home. 6. Plan for retirement and protect your family. 7. Keep learning, keep growing, keep increasing your earning potential. Inspiring closing thought. Our kids' teaching is a mirror held up to each of us. If your purse is lean today, the cure is in your hands. Start saving. Spend wisely. Invest carefully. Protect your money. Secure your home. Prepare for the future. And never stop improving yourself. Remember this. The man who masters these 7 cures will never know poverty again. Chapter 4. Meet the Goddess of Good Luck. In this chapter, our kid gathers a group of eager listeners in Babylon to discuss a subject that fascinates everyone: luck. People often assume that those who become wealthy are simply lucky, while those who remain poor are unlucky. Our kid challenges this idea. He explains that luck is not random, nor is it some mystical goddess that favors a chosen few. Instead, luck is opportunity meeting preparation. The so-called goddess of good luck blesses only those who are ready to act when opportunity knocks. The key teaching. Our kid begins by asking his audience, when does luck visit a man? Some say it's when he finds money on the street, or when fortune suddenly smiles on him. But our kid disagrees. He explains that luck most often comes to the man who is prepared, disciplined, and ready to seize opportunity when it presents itself. He gives the example of a man who procrastinates. Suppose there is a piece of land available at a good price, but you hesitate to buy. Soon, another man who is ready and decisive purchases it, and later sells it for a great profit. People call him lucky, but the truth is he was simply prepared to act when others delayed. Thus, luck does not favor the lazy, the procrastinator, or the unprepared. It smiles on those who are alert, disciplined, and courageous enough to seize opportunities. The core lessons of Chapter 4. 1. Luck is preparation meeting opportunity. Luck is not magic. It is a reward of preparation. The man who saves consistently is lucky when an investment opportunity arises, because he has money to act. The man who studies his craft is lucky when new opportunities open, because he has the skills to qualify. 2. Procrastination is the enemy of luck. Our kid warns that many lose fortune not because of misfortune, but because of hesitation. Every day presents opportunities, but procrastination makes us blind to them. A man who says, "I will start tomorrow," often ends up with nothing. 3. Action attracts fortune. The goddess of good luck favors the man who acts boldly. Opportunities don't stay forever. They pass quickly. The man who acts decisively gains wealth, while the hesitant one regrets. Application to real life today. 1. Build financial readiness. Save money consistently so that when opportunities come, you can take them. Without preparation, opportunities pass by unnoticed. 2. Stop waiting. Start acting. Don't keep waiting for perfect timing. Perfect timing rarely comes. Start the business. Invest in your skills. Make the move. 3. Develop a bias for action. Wealth doesn't come to those who wait endlessly. It comes to those who act wisely and promptly. The more actions you take, the more luck you will seem to have. 4. Recognize opportunity in disguise. Opportunities often come dressed as hard work, risk, or change. The prepared mind sees them for what they are, stepping stones to wealth. Motivational takeaway. The goddess of good luck is not unfair. She does not choose some and abandon others. She visits everyone, but only stays with those who are ready. The truth is, you create your own luck by being disciplined, alert, and prepared. The man who saves, learns, and acts will always look lucky in the eyes of others. How to apply Chapter 4 today. 1. Save consistently so you always have capital ready. 2. Sharpen your skills and knowledge so you can seize opportunities in your field. 3. Stop procrastinating. When the chance comes, take decisive action. 4. Train yourself to spot opportunities. They rarely announce themselves loudly. Inspiring closing thought. Our kids' wisdom destroys the myth of random luck. The wealthy are not lucky. They are prepared. The poor are not cursed. They are often hesitant. So the question is not, will luck visit me? The question is, will I be ready when luck knocks at my door? Remember this. The goddess of good luck always walks with a man who acts. Chapter 5. The 5 Laws of Gold. In this chapter, Arkid uses a story to illustrate the timeless rules of money. He shares how an old Babylonian, Namasu, was tested by his wealthy father. Instead of leaving him riches directly, his father gave him 2 choices. 1. A bag of gold, or 2. A clay tablet inscribed with the 5 laws of gold. Namasu wisely chose a clay tablet, the wisdom behind wealth rather than just wealth itself. He later proved that with wisdom, wealth can always be regained, even if lost. This powerful story set the stage for Arkid to reveal the 5 laws of gold, principles that never fail when applied. The 5 laws of gold. 1. Gold comes easily in an increasing quantity to the man who saves at least 1/10 of his income. Gold cometh gladly in an increasing quantity to any man who will put by not less than 1/10 of his earnings to create an estate for his future and that of his family. Explanation. Money naturally flows toward the disciplined saver. The more you save, the more opportunities you can take advantage of, and the more wealth you attract. Application today. Always pay yourself first. Save before you spend. Make saving automatic. Treat it as a non-negotiable bill. A saving builds both discipline and opportunity. Motivation. Gold loves a saver. The man who saves is never empty-handed when fortune knocks. 2. Gold works diligently and multiplies for the wise owner who puts it to profitable use. Gold laboreth diligently and contentedly for the wise owner who finds for it profitable employment, multiplying even as the flocks of the field. Explanation. Savings alone don't create wealth. Money must be invested so it multiplies. Just as sheep give birth to lambs, money gives birth to more money when invested wisely. Application today. Don't let money sit idle. Invest it in businesses, real estate, stocks, or other ventures that grow. Use the principle of compound interest. Reinvest your returns so they produce even more. Seek investments you understand and can manage. Motivation. Wealth is not built by hoarding, but by circulation. Let your money work harder than you do. 3. Gold clings to the protection of the cautious owner who invests under the advice of wise men. Gold clingeth to protection of the cautious owner who invested under the advice of men wise in its handling. Explanation. Money stays safe with those who act wisely. Reckless investing, emotional decisions, and following bad advice cause gold to flee. Application today. Consult experts before making investments. Never invest in areas you do not understand. Protect your principal before chasing returns. Motivation. Gold is timid. It stays with the wise but flees from the careless. 4. Gold slips away from a man who invests in businesses he does not understand or in ventures that are not approved by wise men. Gold slippeth away from the man who invested in businesses or purposes with which he is not familiar or which are not approved by those skilled in its keep. Explanation. Many lose money because they chase opportunities they know nothing about. Ignorance is costly. Application today. Don't invest in hype or what others are rushing into. Avoid industries, markets, or assets you don't truly understand. Do your research before you put your money anywhere. Motivation. Ignorance is expensive. Wisdom is priceless. 5. Gold flees a man who seeks impossible earnings or follows the advice of tricksters and schemers. Gold fleeth the man who seeks impossible earnings or who follows the alluring advice of tricksters and schemers, or who trusted his own inexperience and romantic desires in investment. Explanation. Get-rich-quick schemes are as old as time. In Babylon, men lost fortunes chasing jewels, fake opportunities, and promises of high returns. The same is true today. Application today. Stay away from pyramid schemes, Ponzi schemes, and too-good-to-be-true deals. Don't be driven by greed. Build wealth steadily, not through shortcuts. Motivation. Patience grows wealth. Greed destroys it. Motivational takeaway. The 5 laws of gold remind us that wealth is not mysterious. It follows clear, unchanging laws. Save consistently. Invest wisely. Seek advice from the experienced. Avoid ignorance. Reject greed. These laws are like gravity. They work whether or not you believe in them. Those who obey them prosper. Those who ignore them lose. How to apply Chapter 5 today. 1. Start saving at least 10% of your income immediately. 2. Look for safe, profitable investments that can multiply your money. 3. Seek professional advice before committing your money. 4. Never invest in what you don't understand. 5. Be patient. Wealth is built steadily, not instantly. Inspiring closing thought. Arkad's words ring true across centuries. Gold flees a man who would force it to impossible earnings. If you want lasting wealth, follow the 5 laws of gold faithfully. They are the same laws followed by millionaires and billionaires today. Ignore them, and you will always find your purslane. Follow them, and you will always walk with abundance. Chapter 6. The Gold Lender of Babylon. In this chapter, we meet Rodin, a spear maker of Babylon. One day, Rodin receives a generous gift of 50 pieces of gold from the king as a reward for his service. This is the largest amount of money he has ever possessed, and suddenly he faces a new problem: what to do with it. Not long after, his sister's husband approaches him, asking to borrow the gold so he can start a business. Rodin, torn between love for his family and fear of losing his wealth, decides to seek the counsel of Mathan, the gold lender of Babylon, a wise man experienced in the lending of money. The wisdom of Mathan, the gold lender. Mathan listens to Rodin's dilemma and shares invaluable lessons about lending. 1. The borrower's ability to repay. Mathan explains that gold should only be lent to those who have a reliable means of repaying. Lending to someone without a clear plan or proven skill in the business they want to pursue is dangerous. He compares lending to planting seeds. If you plant in fertile ground, your harvest will grow. If you plant in barren soil, your seeds will die. Lesson: don't lend money simply out of sympathy or emotion. Lend only where there is a clear, secure path to repayment. 2. Trust must be based on sound judgment, not emotion. Rodin was tempted to lend to his brother-in-law because of family ties, but Mathan warns against it. Emotions can blind judgment. True trust must be based on character, reliability, and proven skill. Lesson: lending to family and friends out of obligation often ends in broken relationships. Always separate money decisions from emotions. 3. Protect your wealth with collateral. Mathan advises that if one must lend, it should be done with proper security or collateral. This ensures that even if the borrower fails, the lender does not lose everything. Lesson: never give out money without protection. If someone is serious, they should be willing to provide security for the loan. 4. The lender also gains experience and wisdom. Mathan tells Rodin that lending, when done wisely, not only brings profit but also sharpens judgment. Every lending decision, successful or not, becomes a lesson that improves financial wisdom. Lesson: protect your money, but don't be afraid to engage in business when it is grounded in wisdom and caution. The core lessons of Chapter 6. 1. Don't lend out of emotion. Decisions about money should never be based on pity, guilt, or pressure. 2. Assess repayment ability. Only lend to those who have the skill, discipline, and means to repay. 3. Protect yourself with security, collateral. Money must be safeguarded. Otherwise, you risk losing it. 4. A fool and his gold are soon parted. Lending to those without wisdom is the quickest way to lose wealth. 5. Wisdom is greater than sympathy. Helping someone financially doesn't always mean giving them money. Sometimes the greatest help is guiding them toward knowledge and discipline. Application to real life today. 1. Think before you lend. If a family member or friend asks for money, don't rush. Ask yourself, do they have the means and discipline to repay? Are they skilled or knowledgeable in what they want to do with the money? 2. Don't risk what you cannot afford to lose. Oh, if lending will put you in financial danger, don't do it. It's better to say no and protect your future than to say yes and end up broke. 3. Use collateral where possible. Just as banks require collateral, apply the same wisdom in personal lending. Oh, if the borrower cannot secure the loan, it may be a sign they are not ready. 4. Learn to say no with love. Many relationships are destroyed over unpaid loans. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is to protect both your money and the relationship by refusing to lend where there's no security. 5. Seek wisdom before lending or borrowing. Just as Roden sought Mathan's advice, always seek financial counsel before making big decisions. Motivational takeaway. The story of Roden and Mathan reveals that money decisions are not just about generosity, they are about wisdom. Many people lose their wealth because they lend to those unworthy of trust, often out of guilt or emotion. Arkad's Babylon teaches us, it is better to keep your gold safe than to lose it in foolish generosity. True wealth builders combine compassion with wisdom. How to apply Chapter 6 today. 1. Always evaluate a borrower's ability to repay. 2. Never mix emotions with financial decisions. 3. Demand collateral or security for loans. 4. Don't lend what you cannot afford to lose. 5. Be willing to say no, and instead guide others toward financial wisdom. Inspiring closing thought. This chapter is not about selfishness. It's about protection. If you lose your gold foolishly, you can no longer help yourself, your family, or your community. Remember this. Gold flees a careless lender but grows in the hands of the wise. So ask yourself today, am I lending with wisdom, or am I risking my financial future out of emotion? The answer will determine whether your purse grows fat or remains empty. Chapter 7. The Walls of Babylon. Babylon was famous not only for its wealth, but also for its massive walls, towering defenses so strong that no enemy could easily break through. These walls were more than just stone and mortar. They were a symbol of security, protection, and foresight. In this chapter, we hear the story of an attack on Babylon. As enemy forces surrounded the city, the people felt safe, confident, and unshaken, not because they had the strongest army, but because they had the strongest walls. These walls had been built long before danger arrived, ensuring that when the time of crisis came, Babylon stood secure. The lesson is simple yet powerful. Just as a city must build walls to defend its wealth and people, so must an individual build walls of protection around their life and finances. The symbolism of Babylon's walls. 1. Walls represent preparation before crisis. Babylon didn't wait until enemies attacked before building defenses. The walls were prepared in advance. Likewise, wise people don't wait until problems arise before preparing. A protection must be established before the storm, not during it. 2. Walls represent security for wealth and family. A city without walls is vulnerable. So as a man without financial protection, or without safeguards, all your hard-earned savings and investments can vanish overnight. Protection creates peace of mind. 3. Walls represent wisdom in anticipating danger. The leaders of Babylon understood that prosperity attracts envy and danger. Wealth without protection invites attack. A true wisdom is not just building wealth, but also defending it. The core lessons of Chapter 7. 1. Protection is as important as wealth creation. Wealth is meaningless if it can be wiped away overnight by disaster, theft, or carelessness. 2. Build defenses before you need them. Babylon's walls were built long before enemies came. If you wait until crisis strikes, it's already too late. 3. Anticipate risks and prepare for them. Life is uncertain. Health problems, accidents, economic downturns, and unexpected emergencies can arise at any time. Only those who prepare stand secure. 4. Security brings confidence and peace of mind. Just as the Babylonians felt safe behind their walls, you too will live with peace when you know your life and wealth are well protected. Application to real life today. 1. Build financial walls, emergency fund and insurance. Set aside an emergency fund that covers 3 to 6 months of expenses. Get health, life, and property insurance to protect against unexpected loss. These are your modern-day walls of Babylon. 2. Protect your assets from risk. Diversify your investments. Don't put all your gold in one basket. Secure your wealth in safe, trustworthy institutions. 3. Guard your life as well as your wealth. Invest in your health through good habits, exercise, diet, and rest. Protect your mind from negativity. Your mindset is also part of your defense. 4. Think long-term security, not just short-term gain. Don't consume all you have today. Build systems of safety for tomorrow. Like Babylon, prepare now for crises that may come years later. Motivational takeaway. The walls of Babylon remind us that true prosperity is not just about what you build, it's about what you protect. Without protection, the wealth of years can be stolen in days. With protection, even in times of crisis, you stand firm. As the Babylonians rested securely during siege because their walls were strong, you too can live with peace when your financial and personal walls are secure. How to apply Chapter 7 today. 1. Build an emergency fund for unexpected challenges. 2. Secure your wealth with insurance and safe financial practices. 3. Protect your health, because without it, wealth is meaningless. 4. Anticipate risks. Don't wait for disaster before preparing. 5. Teach your family the importance of financial and personal protection. Inspiring closing thought. The wealthiest city of the ancient world was not great only because of its riches, but because of its walls. Likewise, your greatness will not be determined just by how much you own, but by how well you secure what you've built. Remember this. It is not only the man who builds wealth who prospers, but the man who protects it. Build your walls today, and you'll live with confidence, peace, and unshakable security tomorrow. Chapter 8. The Camel Trader of Babylon. In this chapter, we meet Dabasel, once a free man of Babylon, who fell into the bondage of debt. He borrowed freely, spent carelessly, and before long, he owed many people more than he could repay. Overwhelmed with shame and desperation, Dabasel decided to run away from his problems. He fled Babylon, hoping to start afresh, but his journey only led to greater trouble. He was captured by raiders, enslaved, and made to work as a servant. His life was filled with misery until one day, through a series of reflections, he realized a timeless truth. A man must not escape his debts, but face them with courage and determination. This realization marked the turning point of his life. Dabasel resolved to return to Babylon, repay every debt, and reclaim his honor and freedom. The debt repayment plan of Dabasel. When Dabasel returned, he didn't magically become rich, but he applied discipline and strategy. He shared with his creditors a plan to repay them step by step, and to their surprise, they agreed, because a debtor who takes responsibility is more valuable than one who runs. Here's his simple but powerful formula. 1. Control expenses. Dabaso learned to live on less. Instead of indulging his wants, he focused on needs. He set aside money for food, shelter, and essentials, nothing more. Lesson: you can't get out of debt if you continue spending like before. Control is the foundation of freedom. 2. Save first, pay yourself. Even though he was in debt, Dabaso still saved a portion of his earnings. Why? Because without building personal strength, a debtor remains weak and vulnerable. Lesson: saving while in debt builds confidence and ensures you won't fall back into the same trap later. 3. Repay debts with discipline. Dabaso divided the rest of his income into equal portions and consistently paid his creditors. He didn't try to repay everyone at once, but followed a steady, structured plan. Lesson: don't attempt to clear debt overnight. Consistency is more powerful than speed. 4. Honor agreements. Dabaso regained respect by honoring his repayment promises. Over time, his creditors began to trust him again, and his reputation was restored. Lesson: character matters more than gold. When you honor your word, doors of opportunity open. The core lessons of Chapter 8. 1. Debt is a prison, but discipline is a key. Running from debt makes you a slave forever. Facing it makes you free. 2. Control spending. Stop buying luxuries and focus only on necessities until you're free. 3. Save while repaying. Building your own strength ensures lasting freedom. 4. Consistency beats speed. Small, steady repayments lead to complete freedom. 5. Responsibility restores honor. Facing obligations courageously rebuild both wealth and reputation. Application to real life today. 1. Stop digging the hole. Don't take new debts while trying to escape old ones. Learn to live within your means. 2. Create a debt repayment plan. List all debts, or assign a portion of income to each. Be consistent, even if progress feels slow. 3. Save even while paying debts. Or save a small percentage each month, even 5 to 10%. This habit keeps you from falling into future debt. 4. Negotiate and communicate with creditors. Just as Dabaso negotiated repayment terms, be honest with your lenders. Or most creditors prefer steady repayment over excuses. 5. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Every debt repaid is a victory. Or track your progress and stay motivated until freedom is achieved. Motivational takeaway. Debt feels like slavery, but freedom is possible for anyone who embraces discipline. Dabaso's transformation shows us that the real chains of debt are not financial, they are mental. Once you resolve in your heart to face them with courage, you begin to break free. The road to freedom is not quick, but it is sure. If you stay consistent, one day you'll look back and realize the chains are gone. How to apply Chapter 8 today. 1. Stop borrowing more. Close the door to new debt. 2. Cut expenses to the bare minimum. 3. Save a small portion of every income. 4. Repay debt step by step, consistently. 5. Rebuild your reputation by honoring your word. Inspiring closing thought. Dabaso moved from shame to honor, from slavery to freedom, not because he found luck, but because he found discipline. So ask yourself today, am I running from my debts, or am I facing them with courage? Remember this, you are not truly free until you are debt-free, and freedom begins the day you decide to act. Chapter 9. The Clay Tablets from Babylon. In this chapter, the narrative shifts from Babylon to modern times. Archaeologists discover ancient clay tablets inscribed with financial accounts, debts, and repayment plans of ordinary Babylonian citizens. One such set of tablets tells the story of a man who, like many of us today, struggled with debts, obligations, and the challenge of managing his income. What's remarkable is that his personal records, carved thousands of years ago, mirror the very same struggles people face in the 20th and 21st centuries. The inscriptions show how this Babylonian man, guided by the same principles Ark had taught, created a step-by-step plan to repay his debts, manage his earnings, and regain his financial freedom. The message behind the clay tablets. 1. Financial struggles are timeless. The discovery proves that debt, money mismanagement, and financial pressure are not new problems. They existed in Babylon just as they exist today. Lesson: you are not alone in your financial struggles. Others before you have faced the same issues and found solutions. 2. The principles of wealth never change. The very same principles the Babylonian inscribed on clay, budgeting, saving, debt repayment, discipline, are the principles that build wealth today. Lesson: technology changes, economies evolve, but the rules of money remain the same. 3. Written plans create accountability. The Babylonian didn't just think about repaying his debts. He wrote them down on clay tablets. He recorded what he owed, how much he would pay monthly, and how he would live on the rest. Lesson: writing your financial plan creates structure, accountability, and clarity. 4. Financial freedom comes through discipline. The man followed through on his clay tablet plan with steady discipline, and over time, he achieved financial balance. Lesson: freedom from financial struggle is not about miracles or luck. It's about consistent discipline. The core lessons of Chapter 9. 1. Money problems are universal and eternal. You are not the first or the last to struggle financially, but solutions exist. 2. Wealth principles are timeless. Budgeting, saving, and repaying debt worked in Babylon, and they still work today. 3. Write down your plan. A financial plan is more powerful when it is written and followed diligently. 4. Small steps lead to big freedom. Progress may feel slow, but steady repayment and saving eventually bring financial peace. 5. History validates the truth. If the same principles worked thousands of years ago, they will certainly work for you. Application to real life today. 1. Write your own clay tablet. Or list your income, expenses, and debts clearly. Or create a repayment plan and a savings plan. Treat it as a contract with yourself. 2. Acknowledge that struggles are normal. Don't feel ashamed if you are in debt or struggling financially. Recognize that financial discipline is a learned skill, and you can master it. 3. Commit to timeless principles. Pay yourself first, or control expenses. Repay debts consistently, or invest wisely. 4. Focus on progress, not perfection. Don't expect instant results. Just as the Babylonian slowly repaid his debts, trust the process of steady growth. Motivational takeaway. The clay tablets of Babylon remind us that financial wisdom is eternal. Money problems may look different today, credit cards, mortgages, student loans, but the solutions remain exactly the same as they were 4,000 years ago. If a Babylonian scribe with simple tools and clay could overcome debt and achieve balance, so can you, with far more resources and opportunities at your disposal. How to apply Chapter 9 today. 1. Write down your financial plan as if you were inscribing it in stone. 2. Budget your earnings carefully, controlling expenses. 3. Set aside savings before paying anyone else. 4. Repay debts with steady discipline. 5. Believe that the same laws that built Babylon can build your future. Inspiring closing thought. The discovery of the clay tablets is more than history. It is a testimony that financial freedom is possible for anyone, in any generation, who applies the same timeless laws of wealth. So ask yourself today, if my financial habits were carved into clay for future generations to read, would they inspire or warn them? Remember this. You don't need new secrets to succeed financially. You only need to live by the ancient, proven truths. Chapter 10. The Luckiest Man in Babylon. This chapter centers on the story of Sharu Nada, a man once enslaved in Babylon who later rose to become one of its wealthiest and most respected citizens. His journey is not one of sudden fortune or miraculous discovery of gold, but of hard work, wise choices, and persistence. Shahrukh Nada tells his story to a young man traveling with him to Babylon. The young man believes his good family name and connections will bring him luck and prosperity. But Shahrukh Nada corrects him, explaining that luck does not favor those who rely on chance. Instead, it favors those who work diligently, seize opportunities, and never give up. The true meaning of luck. 1. Luck comes to those who work. Shahrukh Nada explains that he began his life in chains, enslaved and hopeless. But even as a slave, he worked harder and more faithfully than expected. His diligence earned him the trust of his master, which opened small opportunities that eventually led to his freedom. Lesson: luck is not a roll of the dice. It is a natural reward of consistent effort. 2. Opportunities favor the prepared. At several points in his journey, Shahrukh Nada encountered chances that others might call lucky. But in reality, he was simply prepared when the moment arrived. His honesty, diligence, and willingness to work positioned him to take advantage of opportunities others missed. Lesson: the prepared mind turns chance into fortune. 3. Persistence turns struggles into blessings. Life did not hand Shahrukh Nada success easily. He faced hardship, humiliation, and labor, yet, instead of complaining or giving up, he pushed forward with persistence. Over time, persistence transformed hardship into stepping stones. Lesson: what looks like bad luck to some can become good fortune for those who refuse to quit. 4. Wisdom protects what hard work gains. Not only did Shahrukh Nada work hard, he also made wise choices. He avoided reckless ventures, partnered with men of integrity, and invested in opportunities he understood. This ensured his wealth grew steadily and securely. Lesson: hard work builds wealth, wisdom preserves it. The core lessons of Chapter 10. 1. Luck is not random. It is created by diligence, persistence, and preparation. 2. Every small effort counts. Even as a slave, Shahrukh Nada's small act of excellence positioned him for freedom and success. 3. Opportunities come to the ready. If you are not prepared, you will miss the chances life brings. 4. Persistence outweighs circumstance. Your background or starting point doesn't determine your destiny. Your persistence does. 5. Wisdom is a final key. Wealth gained without wisdom is easily lost, but wealth combined with wisdom endures. Application to real life today. 1. Work diligently, even in small things. Of promotions, breakthroughs, and opportunities often come to those who excel in small responsibilities. Treat every task, even those that seem beneath you, as preparation for something bigger. 2. Prepare daily for tomorrow's opportunities. Build skills, discipline, and financial stability now, or when opportunities come, you'll be ready to act. 3. Persist through struggles. Don't view challenges as curses. They are training grounds. Or what looks like bad luck may actually be your path to greatness if you don't quit. 4. Seek wisdom alongside effort. Work hard, but also work smart. Or learn from mentors, books, and proven principles before making major decisions. 5. Redefine luck in your life. Stop waiting for luck to find you. Start creating luck through discipline, persistence, and wise action. Motivational takeaway. The luckiest man in Babylon teaches us that there is no such thing as blind fortune. Luck favors the prepared, the diligent, the persistent, and the wise. Shahrukh Nada's life proves that no matter your beginnings, whether poor, enslaved, or disadvantaged, you can rise to greatness if you build your life on discipline and persistence. How to apply Chapter 10 today. 1. Excel in your work today, no matter how small. 2. Build skills and habits that prepare you for future opportunities. 3. Persist when life gets tough. Don't give up. 4. Seek wisdom to guide your financial and life decisions. 5. Stop waiting for luck. Create it through your actions. Inspiring closing thought. As Sharu Nada once said, the luckiest man in Babylon is he who earned the respect of others by his labor and his wisdom. This is a true secret of luck. It is not stumbled upon, but earned. It comes not by wishing, but by working, not by dreaming, but by doing. So ask yourself today, am I waiting for luck, or am I preparing for it? Remember this, you are the creator of your own fortune. The harder you work, the wiser you act, and the longer you persist, the luckier you will become. Conclusion. We have just walked through the golden streets of ancient Babylon together, a city that may have turned to dust centuries ago, yet its wisdom remains unshaken and alive today. We've sat with Arked, the richest man of Babylon, and listened to his wisdom. We've followed Dabasir, the camel trader, on his journey from chains of debt to the freedom of wealth. We've stood before the great walls of Babylon and read the clay tablets that carried principles so powerful that they still guide us thousands of years later. What have we discovered? That wealth is never built by chance. It is built by discipline, persistence, and wise choices. That true freedom is not the absence of rules, but the result of consistent self-control. That prosperity without security is fragile, like a house built on sand. That debt is a heavy chain, but with courage and consistency, anyone can break free. And that what many call luck is nothing more than preparation meeting opportunity, guided by wisdom and persistence. The richest men and women in history are not those who waited for miracles. They are those who applied timeless principles with patience, faith, and determination. And here's the good news. The same principles that built Babylon can build your Babylon today. You can create walls of financial protection around your family. You can carve out a plan for your money as firmly as a scribe etching words in stone. You can walk boldly into your destiny, not because of where you started, but because of what you choose to do now. The question is not, do these principles work? They have been tested for over 4,000 years and proven true. The real question is, will you choose to work them in your own life? Don't just nod in agreement. Begin today. Save a portion of everything you earn. Create a written plan for your finances. Take control of your spending instead of letting it control you. Or attack your debt with courage until you are free. And most importantly, protect, grow, and pass on your wealth to future generations. Your financial freedom does not begin tomorrow. It begins the moment you decide to act. So let this be your takeaway. The Richest Man in Babylon is not just a book. It is a mirror. It shows us that success has little to do with where you begin, and everything to do with the choices you make every single day. The road to wealth is not hidden. It is simple. It is practical. It is timeless. Babylon has spoken. The only question left is, will you listen and will you act? If this journey has inspired you, don't keep it to yourself. Share your biggest lesson in the comments below. Or send this video to someone who needs a shift in their financial mindset. And subscribe for more insights that will empower you to grow spiritually, financially, and personally. Because together, we are not just learning ancient principles, we are building modern Babylons of success.